Alright. Let us continue to the final episode of the first Ace Attorney Investigations game. And then once in the event we complete this case, we can move on to Ace Attorney Investigations 2, which is in the collection as well. Here we go. Turnabout ablaze. Episode 5. Turnabout ablaze. Two cards. One of the Black Raven and one of the White Raven. A country torn in two. One to the west and the one to the east. When those which were split are made whole again, the truth will reveal itself. It's the Yatagarasu! The Yatagarasu's here! You accursed Yatagarasu! Kay! You! 8 hours earlier. March 14th, 10:17 a.m. High Prosecutor's Office, Room 1202. It's so nice, almost dreamlike, to finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind of the past few days has been. On my return to flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at Gatewaterland Theme Park. And later that night, a detective's body welcomed me back into my office. Along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from 10 years ago. How did I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back? Or at least I have today. All I ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly. Mr. Edgeworth! Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! This is big! Big, I tell you! Hey, what's wrong with you? I thought it was Gumshoe for a moment. Where's your enthusiasm? And suddenly the phrase, the fragility of dreams, comes to mind. What are you talking about? Fragile dreams? Come on, let's go! The fake Yatagarasu isn't gonna just find herself, you know? Well, if you must know, it's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fake. Say what? Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you that we've only had a few hours to search so far. So I must insist that you be patient on this one, Kay. But what's with you today? Are you sure you aren't sleep talking to me right now? Anyway, I got something much more important that I want you to see. Oh? And that is? Take a look at this. On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. That's quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy. I suppose it was inevitable that a newspaper would catch wind of this. The date on this card mentions is today. Today, huh? Come on, we've gotta hurry. The embassy awaits. I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassies we should be investigating? Well, it's some really special country, and I'm actually really fuzzy on the details. But never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so lackadaisical today? I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up. Well, then you should get too wound up too. Because this just might be our chance to catch that woman. You mean Miss You? The woman who killed his father, Bern Faraday, 7 years ago. Callisto Ryu. She claimed to be the great thief Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom.
God, she makes me so mad. The phony! Everyone knows that the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a calling card until the company's underhanded dealings are made public. The target is always totally unaware that the Yatagarasu has paid them a visit. That's what makes the real Yatagarasu so awesome.
The Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article looks to me as though it could be genuine.
See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't the real deal, but has the knowledge of the Yatagarasu. If it isn't a clue that that woman's involved, then nothing is. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Out the door you go.
Wait. Wait, no, I did it in my normal voice. Wait. There are a few preparations I must make before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found last night here in my office. It's of a different color than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why.
What's up? Any reason you're boring a hole through the newspaper with your eyes?
No reason at all. Very well, seeing as how Miss Yu is also someone of a special nature to me, I agree there is some merit to be found in investigating this.
I knew you'd come around.
March 14, 5 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis. By the light of this night's glorious moon, we are ready!
Ready to embark on our nightly outing.
And this is where our tale begins.
What a coincidence. Who would have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would ever be held at such an elegant theater inside a foreign embassy?
Yeah, the climax was really awesome. Steel Samurai Sushi Slash. I got chills down my spine when he pulled that move out.
I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person than on television.
I have to say, though, this embassy is set up kind of funny. I mean, they have two countries sharing the same building.
Well, as you said yourself, this place and the countries it houses are very special. Even this theater is special in that it is a neutral zone shared by the two countries.
So let me get this straight. The Steel Samurai show is just now being sponsored by one of the two countries? The one that's called the Kingdom of Alabast, right?
Yes, it would appear that the Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well.
Seems that way. But you know who I'm really into? The Jammin' Ninja. The Republic of Babal is sponsoring a Jammin' Ninja stage show. That's something for fangirls like me. We've totally got to see that too, Mr. Edgeworth. The Jammin' Ninja show is gonna kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end.
You know, ever since I first met this girl, I've always had this inkling that what she really wants to be is not a thief, but rather a ninja.
So, about today's event, what's it called again?
The Kingdom of Alabast versus the Republic of Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The small European countries of the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babal. These two countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature, and it was called the Principality of Codofia.
Is everything alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I'm alright. Moving on. After a period of civil unrest, the country split in two, though signs of their past remain. For example, their flags preserve the flower and butterfly motifs to this day. Codofia, huh? The KG-8 incident, and what was referred to as the second KG-8 incident, in which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Codofia. In the 7 years that have passed, the country may have split in two. However, the Yatagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean?
Mr. Redruth, I know you're thinking about something.
Oh, excuse me, what were we talking about again?
If you could please stop spacing out on me. Anyway, we were talking about the Alabasta vs. Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have had a pretty bad relationship with each other, but supposedly they've been trying really hard to make up recently. That's why they decided to hold this event.
If that's the case, then why the verses?
Also, both countries claim to own the real Prima Duck statue, a national treasure to both. They're planning to have them publicly evaluated today to see which one's the real deal.
Okay, need I remind you to take care and not succumb to your thieving desires?
Well, when it comes to treasure, I can't help myself. You know that.
She had better be saying that in jest.
Hey, I can read your body language, you know, and you got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell you.
I know. And although we don't know if the Yatagarasu will really make an appearance, I suppose we should still spend some time examining this place.
This is the perfect angle. Go, my image. Travel across the wave world and into every TV set around the globe.
A more honest approach to appearing on TV might serve your ambitions better. There are pamphlets about the two embassies here on this table.
It still looks weird to me.
The country split into two a few years back, and they shared the building and its grounds 50-50 ever since.
Oh, I guess it's because they don't have the money to build two separate ones, huh?
I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. I suppose I'll help myself to one of these. What is all this hubbub?
Hey, look! It's the Seal Samurai! And he's got his son, the Iron Infant, with him! You know, I've seen a lot of these shows and a bunch of other places, but today's show was like they went for a completely comedy, you know? Yeah, and their last movie, the Sushi, I couldn't help but laugh. I know, right? The big parts of the movements were really stiff. In the middle of the show, I couldn't swear that I heard a hip crack. Oh yeah, I know, I totally thought of that too. The first person that I had, seriously, just what do you think, you know?
I suppose there's no graceful way to enter this conversation.
10 more minutes. No, 5 more minutes. But isn't it really bad for me to spend time doing this? It's no use. Would someone please just tell me what I should do?
You appear to be troubled by something. May I be of any assistance?
Leave me alone. I'm just trying to figure out the right time to talk to that girl over there. And if I mess up, it'll be because I'm talking to you right now.
Somehow I get the feeling he's about to fall flat on his face.
Well, let's just do as he wishes and leave him alone.
Is there something I can help you with?
I was wondering what is beyond these doors.
It's the Alabastian Embassy. Now, unless you have some business with the embassy...
I suppose I can't really claim to have any business with the embassy right now.
Well, you don't have to be so rude about it, Mr. Guard. And we're here reporting live from the Theatrum Neutralis. As you can see, tonight's audience is full of enthusiasm. Let's see what the member of the audience has to say.
Well,
Okay, that was good. Let's do one more run through.
Excuse me, when are you ready to film for real? Would you mind giving me a call? I sense that she didn't hear a single word I just said. There's a flat panel and a tape deck and a row of Steel Samurai videos on this table. I suppose it's so visitors can watch an episode or two at their leisure.
I guess it really is just that popular, huh?
Yes, although I never thought I would see it reach this level of popularity.
I wonder why they dedicated a call on the Steel Samurai for an event like this. I mean, it's like they intended to cut the two countries apart with the Steel Samurai sword instead.
Wouldn't that go against the whole point of this event? It appears that the child is watching a video from the first season of The Steel Samurai.
Go, go! Keep on fighting until your last breath. Go, my hero, the Steel Samurai!
Completely absorbed in singing the theme song. I see. I'll let the child watch in peace.
Oh hey, Global Studios, that's a callback to Ace Attorney 1. Cause yeah, that's the studios that hosts, well, that runs the shows.
These files are sent by Global Studios.
Global Studios?
That's where they filmed the Steel Samurai television show. They have been producing hit after hit recently, so the studio is being remodeled.
Oh, I read about that in the papers the other day. That mascot of theirs is also getting a facelift too, right? What's his name?
You mean Mrs. Monkey?
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. You really have a great memory.
Huh, never underestimate my powers of recollection.
Well, he knows because he had a case, yeah, because it was a Phoenix Wright case that involved the mascot, so, yeah.
Reincarnation, are they? Come on, big scoop! Hey, Meister, out of the way! Yeah, I'm talking to ya!
I seem to remember this woman from somewhere, yet my instincts are directing me not to engage in conversation with her. Perhaps it would be best if I left her alone.
Lot of heart. Is there something I can help you with?
I was wondering what is beyond these doors.
The Bubbly's embassy is just beyond these doors, sir. Do you have some business with the embassy? Do you require immediate access?
Ah, no, that's quite alright.
Are you sure, sir? Anyone and everyone is always welcome in the Republic of Babao.
Well then, since we're here...
I never see there isn't some sort of theme park, Kay.
Just a buzzkill.
May I speak for you with you for a second? It's the Steel Samurai.
Mr. Richard, what are you glaring at him for?
Ahem. Please excuse me. It's just that I've never seen such a superhero up close before.
To Mr. Edgeworth, Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Tokyo. It's an autograph.
It looks like he's writing something down for you. He's written something down for you.
To Edgeworth from Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Tokyo.
Wow, an autograph. Pretty cool that you got one, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Mr. Steel Samurai, Ambassador Alba is waiting for you.
And now the Steel Samurai will proceed to enter the Kingdom of Alabasta to shake the hand of the Ambassador. The Steel Samurai isn't only here for the two countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador from our own country as well. There he goes, off to spread goodwill to the world.
He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he?
Okay, we're shooting the next segment now. Cue camera.
In just a few seconds, the Jammin Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jammin Ninja will enter the Republic of Babal. He is set to meet with the Ambassador of Babal at that time. Ah! The Jammin Ninja show's about to start! We gotta get back to our seats!
Regrettably, I don't have much of an interest in ninjas.
Well, this show will change your mind. Come on, we have to hurry. If we miss even a second of the Jammin Ninja's awesome play, I'll never forgive you.
I suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you, Kay?
I could listen to that Ninja March for Death's Lullaby song all day. His superb playing and that sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. And its heart-wrenching voice. Now that's the Jammin Ninja's greatest weapon. Ah! Those pieces of Jammin Ninja merchandise over there! I got to have them! I especially want this hair... the hair sticks there. Oh, I especially want the hair sticks they're selling exclusively at these shows. They're exactly like the ones the heroine, Princess Misolo, wears in her hair.
Anyway,
hold it right there, Mr. Edgeworth.
yes.
You're really thinking of going home, aren't you?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the Yatagarasu will be making an appearance tonight. Most likely, it was simply a prank.
No way, I just know the Yatagarasu will show.
But I thought you said that the Yatagarasu doesn't send calling cards.
Yeah, I did, but...
I figured from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase.
But that card she sent was a genuine fake calling card.
A genuine fake?
Well, how can I word this? The Yatagarasu's mark that's on the calling card is exactly the same as my mark. Get it now?
We got a problem. The Yatagarasu has been spotted in Alabast.
What?
You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha! So you finally decided to show yourself, you phony! Hey, what gives?
I'm sorry, but I will need to search you before you may enter.
What the? Hey! The Steel Samurai just waltzed straight on through without one. Now if you don't hurry up and let me through, my phony's going to escape.
Okay, a country's embassy is considered to be part of the country itself. If you don't go through the proper procedures to enter the country...
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm going to enter through Babal and climb over the wall into Alabast.
Hold it!
You would be tell a prosecutor straight out that you would tell a prosecutor straight out that you intend to illegally enter another... Okay, are you listening to me? Kay Faraday,
and I'm coming through.
Yes, and welcome.
Someone stop her! Anyone!
March 14, 6:12 p.m. Open air stage.
Kay, where are you? Don't tell me you really did find some way over this fence.
Fire! This is too big for us to handle. Looks like the Yatagarasu's come to Babal too.
You, accursed Yatagarasu! Kay, you had better be alright, wherever you are.
March 14th, 6:45 p.m. Babalese Embassy, Secretariat's office.
I told you, it wasn't me!
Hold it!
Hold it. Kay, are you alright?
Do I look alright to you? Now can you do something about this woman?
Mr. Edgeworth!
Detective Gumshoe, what is the meaning of this?
Well, sir, it's, this.
Oh, she's...
It wasn't me! He was already dead when I ran in here, hot on the heels of the fake Yatagarasu. Look, I only came in here because I saw a suspicious person at the open air stage.
A suspicious person?
A long black coat and a hood over their head. I dare you to tell me that's not suspicious. When I saw that person, I immediately thought that it must have been the fake Yatagarasu. So I chased after them into the embassy, and then into here, and then lost sight of them. But I just know that person is the one who did it.
What are you so worked up over? There's no reason for you to be this loud.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Agent Lang's secretary. Sheena, I believe your name is correct. And if you are making an arrest, I assume you have evidence that it was Kay who committed the crime? Is that also correct? You refuse to answer?
I don't need to answer. You are merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority.
Hey, pal, just what the heck did you just said? Wait, hold on, I misread that. Hey, pal, just what the heck does what you just said mean? If it happened here, it's under Mr. Edgeworth's jurisdiction. The end. And seeing how this building is sitting on our soil, we can investigate whatever we like.
Unfortunately, Detective, embassies are a different matter. This office is considered to be a part of the Republic of Babal, which means that anything that happens in here defaults to the control of the Bobolese government and Bobolese law, giving them exclusive extraterritorial rights.
Extraterrestrial rights? Sir, do you really believe that the truth is out there?
Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. That's what was agreed to by our respective governments. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place, which means we can do little here in this situation.
No way, sir.
Please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Hey, you're not Mr. Edgeworth.
In that case, allow me to join your investigation. Oh, okay. Miss Von Karma!
Okay, I didn't realize that was Von Karma.
Ambassador Paleno, I truly appreciate you allowing me to join the investigation.
It's really nothing. Manny was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's such a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it so quickly.
Francisca?
Well, I never imagined that I'd meet you here of all places. This is an embassy, meaning that you have no authority to conduct.
Already? What is it?
Ambassador Paleno.
And you are?
I'm Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Karma's assistant.
Assistant?
Miles? What the heck do you think you're...
Please, I implore you, Ambassador Paleno.
Very well. I'll be counting on you too, Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean by you'll be Miss Von Karma's assistant?
I don't exactly have a choice, do I, Detective? If I don't become Francisca's assistant, I can't participate in this investigation.
There you go again, running as the mouse with that aloof expression on your face.
Francisca, please.
I don't know what you're planning quite yet, but at least I know one thing, that you are now my subordinate. Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you should you have a brain lapse.
Of course, I'll keep that in mind.
If you are done playing games...
Right, let's begin the investigation.
Here we go.
By the way, Detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here?
Well, better late than never, I guess, sir. I was placed on guard duty for the Bobolese embassy today.
And why are our police guarding an embassy?
Well, on the account of the car they got from the Yatagarasu, they called us up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we've been searching for the Yatagarasu these past 7 years. It was more or less a mutually beneficial arrangement, if you ask me.
Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. It looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duty yet again. Look forward to your next salary negotiation, although it's out of my hands.
But sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even instant noodles anymore. Oh man, Gumshoe getting his paycheck cut again. Yikes.
Okay, are you alright?
You believe me, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't think I did it, right?
Yes, of course I don't, and I promise to prove that it wasn't you.
That's enough chit-chat. You can investigate all you like. It's only a matter of time before we take her in. It would be wise of you to give up while you can.
No, I don't think so. Kay isn't lying, and my investigation will prove that to be true.
Go ahead and try then, if you're that confident.
I can't allow this to continue this way. I must prove her innocent post-haste. Innocence post-haste. A small personal safe.
This was Mr. Cochin's office, so perhaps he has stored his most important documents in here.
Ah, of course it's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without the key.
Sorry, but Interpol is still conducting its investigation beyond this point.
I'm a subordinate of Miss Von Karma. Is there some reason why I'm being denied access?
My superior clearly stated, don't you dare let anyone near this site. You got it? If I let you examine the site, my superior will get really angry at me. You know, Mr. Edgeworth, I feel really bad for the guy, so why don't we do as he says?
Yes, I suppose we might as well. So our victim was the secretariat of this embassy, I take it.
Manny Cochin. I heard that he was an admirable person. Very admirable.
The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in washing his back.
We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle.
So Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire. What in the world happened inside this room? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking crowd. Is this a knife? Is this knife a murder weapon?
Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade's shape was also found to be consistent with the stab wound.
I suppose this means we now know that the crime was committed with this knife.
This knife's got some real fancy ornamentation going on, huh, sir? This thing practically screams artsy at me, too. Although it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I said was artsy.
But the handle is pristine. There is not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful.
There appears to be something in his pocket. This key! It can't be! Isn't this the Gatagarasa's key that was stolen 7 years ago?
What? But that's...
7 years ago? You mean that the case where I was framed, sir?
Yes, it's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago, which was then stolen by Callisto Yu.
What? Mr. Faraday was killed with his key, sir? I thought he was killed with a knife.
Scrappy! At the very least, try to remember the details of the crimes you were suspecting. I was suspecting.
Franziska, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge.
I feel like the victim right now. All trampled on, sir.
I suppose I just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is... Boop. This... What? Oh, there we go, yeah.
Oh! Wow, that's amazing, sir. It's like some kind of magic trick.
I knew it. This is the same exact piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern in the blade.
I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it?
Yes, looks like 2 interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade.
Vine, sir? I think it looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. It's one of those 6-sided stars, just like the police mark on our IDs.
I really don't think you can call these stars. To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement.
The real question is, why was the Babylonis Embassy Secretariat holding this?
Well, we don't know how Mr. Cochin came to possess the key. We do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Condovium Embassy.
That's right. Mr. Faraday had written that fact down in his organizer.
I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Condovia.
Why don't you ask Ambassador Paleno about what he knows? Supposedly he was a candidate to be the next Cordovium ambassador once long ago. You should be able to answer any specific questions as you may have.
Huh? This man. Where do I know him from? It's a knife wound.
It's obvious he was killed with what he was killed with, but I wonder if it's consistent with the wound. Indeed.
I think that's everything for now.
Because this is a national treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat.
Hold it!
But there's a possibility that it is related to the murder, wouldn't you agree?
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force them to let us investigate it later when we find some solid proof.
I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the painted dog statues Kay was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or does this man look just like the Steel Samurai? They could be twins.
Miles Edgeworth,
What is it?
let me tell you something. You are currently my subordinate. And if you wish to convince anyone else of that, you will speak to me with respect.
What's with the giddy glint in her eyes? I don't think that will really be necessary, Francisca.
Oh really? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you are still under me.
I thought Francisca was flying around the world in pursuit of the smuggling case. So then why is she here at this embassy?
I was investigating at the Alabastian embassy when I got wind of this mess.
Ah, that's right. The Yatagarasu was due to appear at the embassy as well.
Yes, but the difference is we didn't have a fire over there. Although there was an incident at the Alabastian embassy as well. But I left Agent Lang in charge of that case and came over to the Babalese embassy.
Ah, so Agent Lang is here as well, huh?
I see you've met. Well, he's in the Alabastian embassy acting as a bodyguard for Ambassador Alba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being there. So, the suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu?
Kay would never harm a soul, sir.
Kay?
You remember, do you not? About the case we investigated together 7 years ago? That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday.
So she's that feisty little girl.
Kay has been on the trail of the Yatagarasu, which is how she ended up here, looking for the one who took her father's life.
I see.
Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? The Yatagarasu just keeps on tricking us all.
How so?
The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. But all we've had is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles. You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract and it's going on the rap sheet.
If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight.
I do wonder though, if Callista Yu really is the Yatagarasu.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on this display rack, sir.
Nice, huh? Although the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately.
I guess all the handles got burned out by the fire.
Ah, so even the knives fell victims of the fire.
Ambassador Paleto, are these knives yours?
Why, yes, they are. They are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Babal. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Alabast's own set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each. But I can't believe the Babalese ones have been reduced to this state.
Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release in the tang of this blade. Ambassador Paleto, what is this notch here for?
Oh, that. It's a feature of these knives wherein you can freely exchange the handles on them, so that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course.
I see. So these knives were constructed so that the handles could be easily removed. These shelves are lined with American souvenirs and memorabilia.
It's really strange, isn't it? I mean, I thought this was about the Babalese embassy. So, why are there so many American souvenirs, sir?
Perhaps the Babalese are studying American culture and our tourism industry. If they have plans to make the Babalese tourism industry truly flourish, then they would need to observe and study other countries' methods, I suppose.
Speaking of tourism, I got these from the blind guy earlier, sir. He said if I bring these with me to Babal, I can trade them for a few buffets.
Oh? So how do you expect to travel to Babal?
Well, the whole world is connected by the ocean, sir. And for an all-you-can-eat buffet, I swim all the way to Babal if I have to.
Can a few simple coupons really motivate people to do such fantastic things? There are still some burnt objects scattered on the floor.
Well, burnt things get burned and they become burnt things, you know.
No, because there's no way to prove that the burnt thing started out as a burnt thing.
Was it a burnt thing or was it not? I have no idea what's what anymore, sir.
Yes, I suppose it's a bit hard for someone with a burnt out light bulb to comprehend.
I can't believe that Manny fell among the thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is.
Ambassador Palermo, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police, that and only that. I ask that you cooperate, not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Cochin's as well.
You're a rather strong man, aren't you? How fascinating.
Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these.
I'm sorry, but it will be against my principles to accept a bribe.
Oh, no. These are simply coupons we distribute to promote Babal.
Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babal.
Now I remember. The Republic of Babal is known for its feverish tourism industry. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased Manny Cochin.
He was my secretary, and the embassy secretariat, charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything, accounting, printing, and taking care of our national treasures.
I'm sorry, but did you just say printing?
Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy.
I see. Please excuse my forwardness, however. I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before.
Oh, yes. Since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you might have. After all, Manny was involved in the KG8 incident.
The KG8 incident?
The defendant who was found innocent in that case was Manny.
So your Mr. Cochin is the same man as the one in that case.
It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from that case and dove enthusiastically into this job. He was the one who planted this event and was to oversee the embassy's renovations. It really is a shame. He had such a bright future ahead of him.
What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations?
We can't have tourists and visitors to our embassy think we're a poor nation, can't we? So renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we are trying our best to make do. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best now is no longer with us.
Ambassador Palermo, I was wondering if I may ask you about Cordovia.
Cordovia? Alright, what would you like to talk about?
First, I'd like to ask you about this key.
What about this key?
I found it sticking out of Mr. Cochin's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct?
Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly.
That's not all about this key, it's also capable of changing into a knife.
Oh! How fascinating!
Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key?
In its knife form, there's a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Codovia.
And how did you come to that conclusion?
It has both Codovia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here at the embassy back when we were still Codovia.
Ambassador Peleno, this key was stolen from the Codovian embassy 7 years ago by Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu.
Oh, really?
You were not aware that Miss Yu had broken into this embassy at the time?
I'm sorry, I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador after Babal became its own independent nation. But if Manny were still alive, he probably would know about what happened back then.
Mr. Cochin and Miss Yu knew each other 7 years ago. But that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present.
Okay, we got a lot of stuff here.
Ah. Nope. We know for a fact that the Yatagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim, Mr. Cochin's pocket, which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office.
Good thinking, sir. Let's go try it out.
It appears I was correct. The key that was left to us in the victim's pocket. It literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth. What do we have here?
Hey, there's nothing inside. Do you think the Yatagarasu made off with everything, sir?
No, Detective, I believe all we need is a closer look. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. What's this here?
It looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir.
No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more like to be like it's stuck inside the safe.
Hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch. Not even when I tug on it. But I don't think I've ever seen paper stuck on the inside of a safe before.
Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that is strange, it's the safe.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that the secret of the safe is that... even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck in the back of the safe, I'd say that there is an extra bit of space behind the back wall of the safe. In other words, the safe has a second compartment.
What?
I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck to an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and that there is a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there is no other lock or keyhole in sight.
Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me on the safe.
Oh?
Yes, and I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock.
The safe and its locks. Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduce your answer.
Here.
We discovered this trick 7 years ago, and whether we were able to corner Miss Yu. But who would have thought that I'd see this key again after all this time?
Yeah, looks like it fits it. Oops.
Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Franziska?
The shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more.
Is that so? The person who used this safe? Mr. Cochin made sure the safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to be to the hidden half to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person could figure out?
You can't be serious! Are you saying that this keyhole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment of the safe?
That's precisely what I'm saying. And I will prove to you right now that the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it.
The Yatagarasu's key? Miles Edgeworth, this had better be a very bad joke.
Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is the very key that will open the second compartment of the safe.
We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe, but the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key.
We discovered this trick 7 years ago, and with it we were able to corner Monsieur. But who would have thought that I'd see this key again after all this time? Let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Cochin's safe in the Kudofrium Embassy. We confirmed that as fact by opening the door to his safe with it. Now let's take a look at the back end of the key. Looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see?
What are you talking?
It appears you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, the knife's blade is the exact same shape as the keyhole. The real function of the knife portion is to act as a key to the hidden portion of the safe.
But that's preposterous.
Because it looks like a knife that was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago, we fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside the safe section in the secret section must be of incredible importance.
Then it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Scruffy, hurry up and open that safe.
Yes, sir. Opening it now, sir.
These items, they're...
It's a bunch of funny shaped things. I guess a piece of art house, sir.
You're in the way. Now move, Scruffy.
I didn't think I was in the way.
These pieces of art, they're identical to the ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world.
I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. These are pieces of stolen art from around the world.
I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one.
Scruffy, don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. Why, do you have any idea what will happen to one of them if you were to break?
Is it just me or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now? Okay, we're back. Alright. Is it just me, or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now? This is the document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what this is about.
Beats me, sir.
Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up, Detective? Mr. Kota's name is written here on the last page. I wonder what significance of this document is. It appears that we found the key that was the Artagarasu. No, Miss Yu stole 7 years ago.
Since it was originally from this embassy, maybe she came back to return it?
I don't think she's the type to be so kind as to do such a thing, Detective.
Okay, then what do you think, sir?
Callista Yu. For what reason did she steal the key? To build this sort of trick into one safe is really something.
Yeah, it's neat how the safe has 2 compartments. But what's really impressive is that the other end of the key was another key. I totally hadn't noticed.
I wonder if Mr. Kochan was just paranoid or he had secrets of that great a value.
Speaking of paranoid, I once sharpened both ends of my pencil. But then when I went to erase something, I got all paranoid that I was gonna stab myself.
Please refrain from dispensing your special brand of unrelated stories while on duty.
Yes, sir.
I think that's everything here.
Hey, it's another butterfly!
I believe it is the symbol of the Republic of Babal. A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy. It definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism.
Well, I've got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country.
You may want to, Detective. However, I've yet to see the fruits of your desire.
You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir.
Wait, did I miss something? Oh. The ceiling fan must have fallen off from the ceiling.
The ceiling fan? What does one of those do?
Exactly what it sounds like it does. It's a fan that is installed at one ceiling.
Well, if I had one of those in my room, I bet I'd go dizzy from staring at it as I slept.
Detective Gumshoe, in the real world we close our eyes when we sleep.
That's some fireplace. You know, it really gives the place a mansion-like quality, don't you think, sir? Ooh, if these things are the staple in every Babbalese house, then I bet Santa Claus pays them a visit too.
Just how old are you again, Detective? Motif on the candle. The design of the knife's handle. It greatly resembles the special Babbalese species of butterfly.
It does, doesn't it? Plus it says right here.
This knife is property of the Republic of Babal. Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime was found right in this room? Oops. Miss Von Karma, what do you think of this piece of evidence?
Well, since you asked so nicely as my subordinate, I'll answer you. However, as your superior, I must also make sure that my subordinates grow on the job. Therefore, please gather your own thoughts together first, and then try presenting them again.
A simple I don't have any thoughts about that would have sufficed.
Would you mind not pointing that in my direction? It's dangerous. And anyway, why are you showing it to me?
I have no particular reason.
If you have no reason, don't bring that dangerous object near me. Do you understand?
Surely oblivious to the irony in that statement. She lets loose that dangerous whip of hers for no reason all the time.
Oh dear. If people were to find out that a murder occurred at our embassy, the number of tourists would plummet, as would our revenues. It would be a disaster. What are we going to do?
He really does seem worried. Perhaps I should refrain from bringing this up. Do we take another look at the safe? What else? Oh wait, no, I showed you that.
Would you mind not pointing that in my direction? It's dangerous. And anyway, why are you showing it to me?
I have no particular reason. Oh, same dialogue.
It appears that he died of a stab wound. Gah! Whoever did this had a lot of nerve. I just can't fathom what could have led the killer to turn a knife against that man.
And I just can't fathom what prosecutor lashing out with a whip is thinking.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I'd like an update on how the investigation is going.
Oh yeah, well, it's going, sir.
In other words, no one has any idea what happened here, correct?
Yeah, but it's simply... Yeah, you got it, sir. But we do know something happened in this room, sir.
Any more with a pair of eyes can see what happened, detective.
Oh. Well, anyway, let's investigate every single looking cranny in this room, sir. You have to get serious, or Jay will end up getting arrested as the killer.
Yes, I am already well aware of that.
Oh.
In order to find out what really happened here in this room, we will need to gather whatever information we can. It's time we take a good take a good look.
It looks like all that's left is a bunch of burnt stuff. But, well, I guess we got all the info we need now, huh, sir?
Yes, it would appear so.
But you know, after all is said and done, I still have no idea what's going on. Nope, not a clue, sir. I just can't figure it out.
Detective Gumshoe, it's nothing to get so worked up over.
Oh, you mean I should use that thing, right? Defunction? No, that's not it. Projection? No, that's not it either. I think it sounded like... Oh, I've got it. Lock it.
It's logic, detective. Now that I've collected some information, the next step is to connect a few of them together to see if we can make sense of this mess. Okay, so I guess I can try connecting these two.
Oh, okay, they do connect.
To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu is apt to steal is in this very room?
Dirty secret?
Franziska, you're in pursuit of some dirty-handed dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence.
In that case then, the person I'm looking for is here in the Babali's embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation.
I think I might just need to ask Franziska about her smuggling case in more depth. Franziska, when we last talked, you said you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you're here right now is related to that?
Yes. After analyzing the intel we gathered from various countries, This embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate, and this is what tipped us off.
This accounting document.
It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the Principality of Cordofia, which means that somewhere in the countries of Alabasta and Babal is the head, the one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring.
That's Franziska for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has.
We were able to finally obtain this proof of the smuggling operations through Interpol, so remember to take extra care when handling it, my subordinate.
She's enjoying the power trip of calling me her subordinate just a tad too much.
What's left to do?
Take a good look at these documents, Franziska. It says there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here.
Oh wait, that's Franziska. It says there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here.
Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3?
Well, it certainly looks that way.
By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you are now found what you were looking for.
Yes, and with this, it has become crystal clear that Mr. Cochin himself was responsible for this mass smuggling of Babalese ink.
Babalese ink.
Babalese ink is a special product of the Republic of Babal. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported.
And that reason is?
That's classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Mr. Manny Cochin.
His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation.
But it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice.
Well, even if he's dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds.
You expect me to whip a dead man? Then I'm not interested.
Franziska, you must know that Manny Cochin was the suspect in the KG-8 incident.
Of course I know. On top of being the head of the smuggling ring, there is a matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved.
There we go.
Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be? Now come along quietly, Yatagarasu, K. Faraday. You are under arrest for the murder of Manny Cochin.
Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you have to believe me, I didn't do it! I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here, and he was already...
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Hold it!
I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes.
What is that supposed to mean?
I believe I told you that Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime.
Very well. I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are.
Bring it, bitch.
Why arrest Kay?
Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babalese embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. And most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body.
Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu.
Exactly. But it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu.
Ah, look, how many times do I have to tell you? I was the only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu.
Imposter or not, it matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu.
Very well, then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Mr. Manny Cochin.
Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of.
They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch the thief? If so, you're basically admitting that the Yatagarasu that committed murder eluded us.
Of course I chased after the Yatagarasu that entered the Babalese embassy right away. And that is also why I'm making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long chase, there was only this girl. In any case, this is what I believe happened tonight.
The confusion caused by the fire. Are you saying that the Yatagarasu was not the arsonist who started the fire?
A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire.
It sounds like we have a phantom in our midst.
Yeah.
In a way, he could be considered a phantom with the way he randomly appears. Just because she calls herself that doesn't prove that she is the killer.
No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret." Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Cochin for the key.
I see. Her logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now doesn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need.
She wanted to steal documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Cochin for the key.
So you're claiming that Kay knew that a foreign country's embassy had such documents?
As stated in the calling card, the Yatagarasu was out to steal a dirty secret, which convenes that the goal tonight was to steal those smuggling activity documents.
You have it all wrong. It was the Fae that sent the card.
Your words are meaningless. If you are truly innocent, then let's see some proof.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I leave it to you to handle this.
Yes, I'd rather you did. The Yatagarasu's goal, huh?
You can claim that she's innocent, but you can't change the facts I've already outlined. To steal the documents. But he still has a key on him, but...
Hold it!
Press the other parts first.
I really don't think that being the first to discover the body makes her the killer by default.
No, but if you saw the self-perpetrated Yatagarasu standing in front of a body, would you get a little suspicious yourself?
Even so, I still listen to what that person had to say before I pass judgment.
Are you talking about yourself and those times when you were under suspicion?
I think the pain of being falsely accused is something you really should experience.
I personally know that feeling really well, sir.
And given my situation, I know exactly what it's like too. If I was never experiencing it ever.
Are you done with your little group conference? So Agent Shino suspects Kay of murder simply because Kay is the Yatagarasu. But if I can prove that the Yatagarasu's goal is not related to the murder, then I may be able to begin to reason with her.
Yeah, I think oh, what the fuck? Okay, there we go, that's a weird glitch.
Objection!
Fuck, no, it's not that one. Okay, no, it's not that one. She killed Mr. Cochin for the key.
Objection!
Oh, is this one? Okay, I should have just presented
that one earlier. Agent Shino, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic.
Oh?
Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I'm certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Cochin's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. That's what I was trying to prove with the notes, because the key's still on his body. But okay.
She's smiling.
But the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all.
Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Cochin had the key on him.
Objection!
If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can't think of no reason for her to kill him if she had known that fact.
Need, reason. All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe's second compartment before returning the key. But the fact still remains that Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death.
Objection!
But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act.
Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes.
What?
Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that would put her away behind bars.
Definitive evidence.
The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is a part of a special 3-piece set, which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There's no counter-argument.
That's your definitive evidence?
You see now that she's definitely the killer, right? No, Mr. Edgeworth, you gotta believe me. I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear. And you came in here because...
And you came in here because you were chasing the suspicious person?
That's right. I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then... Who's there? This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl scream, and when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her.
So the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon?
I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it. But the suspicious person in the black coat who came into this room before me... You continue to insist there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go? I don't know, but I know they came in here. That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth.
She has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that they are They are with some solid evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't.
Okay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that.
Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can.
Don't worry, I can and I will. There's a lot of skill detailing on this handle. It would appear that the handle of this knife is removable.
I guess people can change them whenever they feel like it. Sounds like fun, sir.
I don't think people remove the handle just for fun, Detective. So this is what took Mr. Cochin's life. Some of his blood is still on the blade.
Well, I've been a detective for 7 years already. I've seen a lot of weapons in my day. But knives ever used to kill are always the hardest for me to bear.
Yes, unlike guns, this is the one weapon where you're lucky to find the victim's blood on it.
Yeah, just like how this one is practically drenched in it. Sir.
Despite that, it looks like the blood managed to miss the handle somehow.
Hold it!
You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes?
I was also on the search for the Yatagarasu. When I heard that the girl's scream coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw that girl standing there motionless with a knife in her hands. But I already told you! I only came in here because I was also after the Yatagarasu. The suspicious person I saw came into this room. But when I entered, it was pitch dark. I felt something by my foot on the floor, so I turned on the lights and then...
You found out that there was the murder weapon at your feet.
How many times do I have to tell you? You can't trust the words of a suspect.
The only thing you'll accept is evidence, is it?
That's the only acceptable way to counter an agent of Interpol on the scene of the crime. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have some kind of evidence that can prove me innocent?
I think I do, but there is one piece of evidence I find to be a bit interesting. I think you need to carefully examine the piece of evidence again. Yeah, this one. But I think I already did. And we just I'll only prove that the handle was removable.
Hold it!
I ask that you please refrain from speculation.
It's a sound hypothesis derived from the evidence. There is no room for debate. Urgh. Miles Edgeworth, know that an ungraceful loss will not be tolerated by my subordinate. Now rebut her hypothesis with factual logic. Otherwise, what was your investigation for?
Yes, you are correct. Thank you.
Heh. Helping a subordinate out with that advice is the job of any good superior.
She seems to be rather enjoying herself, but she is correct nonetheless. Agent Sheena, please continue with your testimony.
Hold it!
About the three-piece set, is there really no other like it?
Let's ask Ambassador Paulino for more details, shall we?
The knives are indeed special. They have the butterfly, the symbol of the Republic of Babal, engraved on them. And because there are only 3 of them in the world, they are very, very valuable.
The national symbol, huh? Well, the knives are covered in the butterfly design.
Along with the Alabastian set, our respective countries only have 3 knives each.
I see.
Are you satisfied now? If so, let's continue.
Objection!
No, it's not that one. Shit. No.
Yeah, no. Skip. I can't skip that.
Hold it!
No, I believe there is still room for debate, and I'll thank you to not decide that for me.
I didn't decide anything for you. I'm merely looking at the reality the way it is.
Objection!
Are you sure you're not just viewing the facts through rose-colored glasses?
Mr. Edgeworth, I think she's mad at you.
Perhaps, but our definitions of reality are a tad different.
Are the two of you done chatting?
Agent Shina's proof is the Babali's knife that Kay was allegedly holding.
Yeah, so, are we gonna prove that Kay didn't do it, sir?
If Agent Shina wants to suspect Kay merely because Kay was holding the only one here, then I must show with evidence that Kay could have committed the murder.
But do you have such evidence, sir?
Yes, there is one piece of evidence that seems very unnatural to me, and I believe it is my duty to point that out to Agent Shina. Yes, the knife.
Hold it!
Does this mean that you already have the results back?
We have confirmed that the shape of the Babali's knife blade matches the wound. Please don't confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensics teams with your own.
Objection!
I won't if you don't underestimate our police force. And so we're clear, I only say your logic is sound, which you will see in a bit.
If you can prove me wrong, please, by all means go ahead.
This has been my intention all along. Now let us return to your testimony.
Hold it!
Okay, now.
Hold it! Hold it!
I don't think I missed anything. Okay.
Because, yeah, it's a removable handle. It is a removable handle. Did I present it here?
Objection!
Ah, there we go, okay. So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth? What are you getting at? I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, and yet there is not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switch and was in fact not the real murder weapon.
It wasn't the real murder weapon?
This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? As you can see, the Bobbly's knife has now been disassembled into two parts. The killer must have pulled out the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was all to create an illusion that Mr. Cochin was killed with a butterfly-themed knife. This should clear up any and all suspicion surrounding Kay.
Your argument isn't airtight yet.
How so?
It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles.
Hold it!
Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing?
I don't care to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem.
Objection!
The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You'll come see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Cochin's killer. There was quite a bit of Mr. Cochin's blood on this blade. Thanks to being a prosecutor, I guess I have become accustomed to seeing blood. But this is not what is important right now.
What is this mark on here?
It's the mark of the flower. I assume you know what this means.
No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar.
And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this. Pretty sure it's just the embassy guide?
Take that!
Yeah.
You can't be serious.
It appears that you made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of the Alabast's ornamental knives. This part of the knife handle has Babal's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Bobbly's in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Gina?
After the fire had broken out.
That's right. Kay entered the Bobbly's embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire. Which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over here. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer.
Woo! Way to go, Mr. Edgewater! What a great victory! Huh? Hey, why is everyone so quiet?
I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? An Alabastian knife here?
Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babal? It didn't just find its way over, rather we should focus on how it was smuggled over.
You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we were just standing around. Thinking while you're on the run? Now that's the way a great thief operates.
Kay?
Oh, thanks so much, Mr. Edgeworth, for proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did.
Not really, but...
Come on, you don't have to be shy about it.
Your argument is still not airtight.
Would you care to elaborate?
I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there is still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu.
That again? Look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I'm the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay?
Whether you're the real deal or a fake doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
Objection!
Preposterous! On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing?
The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu, that in itself is the most elegant proof. Miss Shina,
Yes?
I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said. I am the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some impostor to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best I can. It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that. Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Shina. Let me share something with you too, as a token of my appreciation. Those sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay?
What?
Well, I guess we better get going.
Going?
To where?
To the Kingdom of Alabast. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right?
I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Alabastian Knight came from, you'll have to pay the Alabastian Embassy a visit. Let's go, Mouse Edgeworth. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt.
Understood.
To be continued.
We're in the middle section, okay. Well, I think I'll just end stream here because it's getting kind of late for me. So, farewell for now.